Today, we are going to take something you probably haven't thought about since you were, 5 years old, and we're going to put it under a microscope. We're talking about a nursery rhyme that is secretly an absolutely brilliant narrative machine. All right, let's just dive right in. You know this line, of course you do. You've probably sung it a million times. But think about it. This simple, looping phrase is so much more than just a catchy lyric. It's actually the first gear turning in a surprisingly complex system. It's the front door to a little world built entirely on repetition, sound, and a really rigid structure. So that's really the big question here, isn't it? Is this just a song to keep kids from having a meltdown in the back seat, or is it actually a tiny masterclass in efficiency? A self-contained story that uses the absolute bare minimum to create a complete, functioning universe. To answer that, first, we've got to look at how this thing is built. Its real power isn't in some complicated plot. No, it's in its formula, which is incredibly strict but also super effective. It's basically a perfect narrative loop. And I promise, once you see the blueprint, you will never be able to unsee it. The whole system runs on one single literary device, onomatopoeia. Words that sound like what they are. The song doesn't just tell you what the bus parts do, it makes you hear them. The swish of the wipers, the beep of the horn. These aren't just descriptions, they're the actual sounds, just turned into words. And this one trick fits into this flawless 4-step recipe for every single verse. It's so simple. Step 1, you name a thing, like the wipers. Step 2, you give it its sound. Go swish, swish, swish. Step 3, you repeat it. Gotta drill it in. And step 4, the most important part, you ground it in the shared location, all through the town. Every verse does this. It's predictable, it's easy to learn, and that's what makes it so dang satisfying to sing along with. So how does a simple formula like that build something bigger? Well, using this structure, the song doesn't just describe a bus, it actually assembles it, piece by piece, using only sound. What we're really looking at is the anatomy of a machine that is defined entirely by how it sounds. And it all starts right here, round and round. This isn't just about movement. This is the bus's fundamental state of being. It sets up this constant, cyclical motion. It's the perpetual engine that makes everything else in the song even possible. Then we get the wipers. Swish, swish, swish. Now, this is interesting. This is the machine's first interaction with the outside world. The song never says the word rain, right? But that swish implies it completely. It's a responsive sound. The machine is actively adapting to its environment. The horn's beep, 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 well, that gives the bus a voice. This is how it communicates with everything outside of it. It's how it navigates the traffic and the people we can't see. It's how it says, hey, I'm here. And of course, you can't forget the motor's vroom, vroom, vroom. I mean, this is the sound of the system's heart. It's the power source. Without this sound, nothing else. The wheels, the wipers, the horn, nothing else works. It's pure energy. So when you lay it all out like this, it stops looking like a song and starts looking more like a technical schematic, right? Each component is perfectly paired with its unique acoustic signature, and altogether they create this whole functional machine, literally built from nothing but words that sound like sounds. But, a machine is really just an empty box. The story doesn't truly kick off until people get on board. So now, let's bring in the human element, because this is where our perfect little mechanical system starts to get complicated in some really fascinating ways. So we first meet the passengers as two basic groups. First, you've got the people, who go up and down. Simple enough. It's just a physical action. But then you get the babies, and with their wah, 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 they introduce the first note of pure chaos into our orderly little system. It's just a raw expression of unhappiness. And a crying baby demands a response, right? And in that response, the song makes a huge pivot. It stops being about a mechanical system and starts being about a social microcosm, a tiny little society on wheels where everyone is suddenly assigned very specific roles. Just look at how the song deals with the parents. The mommies on the bus, they respond to the crying with a direct action. Shh, shh, shh. It's a sound designed to soothe, to quiet things down. But the daddies on the bus, they respond with a verbal statement. I love you. And if you chart these actions, you see two completely different communication styles emerging. The maternal action is all about direct, sound-based intervention. Let's call it soothing. The paternal action, though, is a linguistic, emotional statement. We'll call that affirmation. It's kind of wild. In its own simple way, the song is sketching out different ways of solving problems within a family. Okay, so we have a mechanical system and a social system, both running at the same time on this bus. So, what holds this entire universe together? Well, it's the one phrase that every single verse, without fail, comes back to. It's the song's central idea. All through the town. This phrase is the one constant. It's the stage where all of these little dramas, both mechanical and human, get to play out. The wheels go round all through the town. The babies cry all through the town. It connects every single separate action into one shared space, one shared journey. And the song really hammers this point home with sheer repetition. Get this, the phrase shows up 11 times in most versions. That is not just for rhythm, folks. That is a thematic anchor. It's constantly reminding us that all these individual parts, all these sounds, all these people, they're all part of one single unified experience. So yeah, it's a simple song, but its construction is just, well, it's remarkably elegant. It builds a world, it fills it with people, and it gives it rules, all with just a few repeating words. Which kind of leaves us with one last thought. If a simple bus ride in a nursery rhyme can hold a whole universe of systems and social dynamics, what other complex, amazing stories are hiding right in front of us, just waiting to be unpacked?